Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching us how to achieve this V-neck Bubu gown with a design at the back and with a drawstring. If you're interested in this kind of video, please kindly hit the like and subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I draw videos like this. So in my own case, instead of a Bubu gown, I'm going to be doing a Bubu blouse. This is actually a two-piece dress like that. So I'm going to be making use of 2 yards of fabric, and I'm going to fold this fabric into 4 like that. Just watch what I'm doing and you're going to understand it. So after folding these 2 yards into 4 equal parts like that, I'm just going to measure out the end so that you can know the inches I took. So what I have there is 30 inches by 38 inches after measuring. So I'm going to take my neck measurement, my neck width, which in my case was 4 inches, and then I went ahead to mark it out. After marking that out, from that point I took 18 inches for my shoulder extension. Because this is a cut together sleeve, so this is the length I want something like a 3/4 sleeve. So I'm just going to take 18 inches from that point, and then I'm going to come down by, I'm going to add my inches allowance actually. So I'm just going to add about 1 inch sewing allowance like that. Then I'm going to come down by 1.5 inches like that. Come down by 1.5 inches and leave a mark there like that. So I'm going to use my ruler to connect the point down to my neck width. So this is what I have after connecting it. Do you see that I didn't connect it down to the beginning of the fabric but to my neck width? From the point where we came down by 1.5 inch, we're going to take our shoulder to nipple measurement, which in my own case is about 11 inches. I'm going to add about 1 inch if necessary to make it wider, the armhole wider, but I don't really want my arm to be wide, so to be that wide. So I'm just going to take what I have, my exact shoulder to bust measurement, and mark it out. So from that point, I'm just going to take my tape rule and come in by 3 inches or 4 inches depending on you, but in my own case I'm taking 3 inches. I'm going to connect the point, and then from that point, whatever I'm going to measure what I have from that point down to my starting line. Whatever I have there, I'm going to take it at the midpoint like that and mark it out. That should be like maybe my waist, but I'm just going to mark it out. We're not taking any of those other measurements. Then at the end side like that, I'm also going to mark it out. Then after marking it out, I'm going to just draw a straight line to connect those points. Next up, we're going to go over to our neck width. We already took 4 inch at that point, so for the neck depth we're going to take about 8 inches. I don't want this to reveal the bust of my customer, so I'm just going to take 8 inches because of what the person wanted. So it depends on you. You can go down by to your chest point, or you can just go down by to your nipple point. That's like 10 inches, 11 inches and so I'm going to, after taking the 8 inches, because the back is also going to be a V line like this, so I'm going to, when cutting, I'm going to cut out both the front and back the same thing. So there won't be any special cutting or anything. We're just going to cut everything else like that. After doing that, in order to have a neat neck finishing that we won't see any sewing stitch at the neck side, we're going to cut out our neck flap. Just get a piece of fabric like that and place it on fold. Then we're going to place it under the main material just like that, so that it can be positioned together, and we're going to cut it out. We're going to also do the same thing for the back side too, so that we can achieve this neat finishing there too. So we're just going to place the front material on the back, and we're going to cut it out. After that, we're going to open it up and place one of the neck flap on it like that, right side facing the right side, and we're going to pin it down like that and sew. Please note that we're only sewing the V shape there. So for the back piece, we have like a rope design there. So what we're going to do is to take from what we have there. Remember that we took 4 inches, so 4 inches times plus 2 is 8 inches. We're going to cut out 8 inches piece of fabric and we're going to make a rope out of it. So for the rope, just cut out 1.5 inches by 9 inches because we're going to be using half inch for stitching at both sides. After doing this, we're going to attach it to the back neckline, and in order to do this without showing visible seams, we're just going to place it inside this. We're going to open up that neck flap like that and we're going to place it inside. So for better understanding, I'm going to go over to the sewing machine to explain this to you. So for the back, I'm just going to turn it over like this. I'm just going to turn it over so that you can understand better. After turning it over, I'm going to come down by about 1 inch like that. I'm going to go ahead to do the same thing at the other end, come down by 1 inch, and then I'm going to fix that rope from inside like that. So just look at what I'm doing, after which we're going to just pin it down. I already went ahead to do the one for the other side, so I'm just using this other side as an illustration for you to understand. So this is what it's going to look like after we are done sewing it. So what I'm just going to do is to turn it back to the back like how it was before carefully. I just hope you understand, and then we're just going to stitch down what we already pinned. So after that, this is what it looks like, but it is not pressing down, so we're going to just open it up and we're going to stitch at the sides. At that point where we have the flap, we're going to lap it down and we're going to top stitch carefully so that this would lap by itself without ironing. Please take note of the way I am opening it carefully and pressing it down. If you don't do this, it's not good. You're not going to see a good result. So this is what we have after doing that. Do you see how neat it is? There is no single stitch at the front, and at the back I went ahead to iron it out and add hemming gum to it so that it doesn't fly out when my customer wears it. So to get that fitting in front for the bubu, we're going to add an inner rope, an inner belt. So in order to do that, we're going to place our material on a fold like this. The front and the back, we're just going to arrange it out and place it on a fold. Please ensure that both sides are equal and matching so you don't make a mistake. After that, I'm going to take my measuring tape from the shoulder. The shoulder is from the point where we already stitched down to our waist measurement, which is 17 inches in my case. I'm going to come up by 2 inches, which is 15 inches that I'm going to take. This is very important because it's going to add to the fitting of the dress. So from that point that I marked, I'm going to take my waist round measurement, which in my case is 40 inches divided by 4, which is 10. Then I'm going to mark it out and I'm going to come in by 1 inch or 2 inches so that you can have tightening. It can be well fitted when the person uses the belt. So after doing that, I'm going to turn it over. Please ensure that you pin this. So we're going to just straighten it out, then take the same measurement that we took at the other side and take it here accurately. After that, I'm going to open it out like that and arrange it out. Then we're going to confirm our measurement. If our waist divided by 2 minus whatever we came in by is supposed to give us exactly what we marked there, then I'm going to get another piece of fabric to use in cutting out the rope. So I'm just going to take 2 inches on a fold, meaning that if you open it up, it's going to be 4 inches, or you can make yours bigger if you want, but for mine I'm using 2 inches on a fold like that. Then I'm going to cut it out and sew it, then attach it to the belt side like that. So I've gone ahead to do that on the sewing machine, and this is what I have. Do you see what my belt is looking like? I already went ahead to neatly stitch my belt just like that, and see the way I fixed it up on the fabric in a way that when the person wears it, it will just lap. So please just take note of the way I fixed it. So again, I'm going to take the fabric and fold it into 2 equal parts like that, and I'm going to arrange it out carefully. Ensure that there is no excess inside. Just arrange everything out carefully like that. We just want to fix that elastic at the side that gave that gather effect. So just watch what I'm doing and you're going to understand. So I'm going to take my tape, and from my shoulder point, I'm going to mark out where I actually want that my gathers to start from. So that's what I'm going to mark out. In my case, I actually took about 20 inches like that, and I marked it out. So I'm going to take my waist round measurement again. I'm going to take it this time around. I'll be coming in, after marking it out, I'll be coming in by about 2 inches for fitting, so that it will not be, when the rope will not be too inside. So I'm going to take the same thing downward, down to the last length of this fabric, and connect the line. Please make sure that your chalk is very bold, because we're going to use this line as a guide to stitch in the elastic band. Next up, I'm going to take what I have there, the length there, and I'm going to divide it by 4 like that. I'll first of all divide it by 2, then I'm going to divide it again by 2. So whatever I have there, I'm going to use it to take my elastic. 4 inches there was looking too small, so I extended it a little bit by 1 inch. I took 5 inches, but you can actually take 6 inches if you want. It all depends on you and your customer. So before adding the elastic, we're just going to fold the lower end like that, and we're going to do the same for the sleeve part too. So the essence of folding this before adding the elastic is because when we add the elastic, it's going to gather up like that, and so it's not going to be easy to actually fold it later. So ensure that you fold it first before you add your elastic. So I've gone ahead to add the elastic. This is what it looks like. Do you see the way it's gathered firmly? So what I did is that while sewing, I stretched the elastic to its limit, then I sewed it down like that. That's the only way you can get it. So this is what I was talking about. Once, if you don't fold it before adding the elastic, it's going to be difficult to actually fold it later after adding the elastic. So I went ahead to fold the sleeve part too, just the way you see it. And then the last thing I'm going to do is to join these both front and back together at the right side facing each other like that. And I'm going to stitch down the sides with just 1 inches. So after that, I'm going to get another piece of fabric, and then I'm going to measure it out. So what I have here, this fabric is actually for the bow tie. So what I have here is about 25 or 24 inches. What I have here is 24 inches by 9 inches. So I'm going to place this on a fold like that. So this is what it looks like, actually sufficient to make your bow. So in order to give that your bow a good stamina that it can be standing, I'm going to iron this gum stay on it. Do you see how it's giving this paper like look? It's actually thicker than the paper stay. So I'm just going to iron it out, and so at the wrong side like that. But in order to ensure that it is firmly ironed and it doesn't remove later, I'm going to add my hemming gum to it. This hemming gum is going to act as a glue to actually stick it well and firmly to it without it pulling out. So after ironing it out, this is what it looks like. Do you see the way it's already looking very thick? The fabric is looking thick. So I'm going to turn it over like that at the right side facing the right side, and I'm going to stitch the sides with 1/2 inch just like that. After stitching it, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to take my scissors and notch it. Notching it means that I'm just going to open tiny holes like that. Please be careful that you don't cut open where you already stitched. So where you're notching is going to be before the place you already sewed down. The essence of doing this is so that when we turn it over, it won't be having bulges at the edge, because you know this is already thick, so there's a likelihood that when we turn it over it might be bulging and be too thick at the edges. So this is what it looks like after notching it. So I'm going to open it up like that. Please just look at what I'm doing carefully. Separate the front from the back. Then I'm going to, at the center there, I'm going to open up the material like that, just little. Do you see what I did? So after opening it up, I'm just going to turn it over carefully like that. Then I'm going to get maybe a screwdriver or something that I can use to open up and straighten up what the edges at that side. So this is the essence of actually cutting it, actually notching it. It will help it to actually align well without any bulging. That being done, I'm going to carefully wrap it up like that. Do you see what I'm doing? Just carefully, and at the center, then I'm going to get a rope and I'm going to tie it. This rope is actually into 4, then I'm going to tie it firmly. So after doing that, with my needle and thread, I'm just going to attach it to the place I want it to be, and I'm going to go ahead to add any appliques or bead of my choice to this. So this is the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed watching this or you learned something, please hit on the like and subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever I drop videos like this.